Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 28 of my Billionaire Minecraft series where I will collect 1 billion iron ingots, gold ingots, diamonds, and emeralds using the All the Mods 6 mod pack in modded Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I am going to be setting up some ore processing for my new facility here, or my new base rather. So let's get started. So I'm going to be using this new building right here, and it is basically just the shell of a building. And let's get him out of the way. It's just a shell of a building right now. It does have elevators and it does have a basement. And here's the basement right here. And inside these chests are the things that I'm going to need to use. With the exception of some Supreme Black Hole units, which should be crafted by now. So they are, and let's grab those. And let's start grabbing some stuff. So that's my ME system components. Let's grab the redstone furnaces and grab the stuff right here. So basically what I have here are the ores that I am going to be smelting with the redstone furnace. So let's go ahead and grab those right now. In addition, I think I also want to grab iron. This is definitely not going to be, you know what, I'm not going to grab iron. And in fact, I'm not going to do gold either because I want to more efficiently process my gold ore and my iron ore as well as my emeralds and diamonds. Actually, this is a very efficient way. The Enrichment Chamber is a very efficient way to actually do the diamonds and emeralds. So I am going to process them here for right now. In the future, I will need more extensive facilities to process both the emeralds and the diamonds, and then also the gold and the gold and the iron. Sorry, did I get them all? Emeralds, diamonds, gold, and iron. Yeah. So basically, I'm going to need better facilities in the future for those, but for right now, this will work fine. So let's actually move this chest because I kind of think it's going to be in the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up 8 furnaces, and that's going to be kind of where I start this, and we'll go from there. So let's do, and actually I want to grab a red print, which allows me to set down one furnace, and then I can tell it what configuration to use. So I'm going to have input on the left, output to the right, and it will be auto input and auto output. And if I take this red print here, if I'm shift right click, it should, okay, maybe I just had to right click. So yeah, I think that'll work. And so what I need to do is put that in my offhand while I put down the furnaces, and they should copy the configuration of the IO for the redstone furnace that I had put down. So let's go ahead and do that. And actually what I'm going to do is now I'm going to set up these furnaces to be opposite. That way I can only see like the faces of the furnaces. So once I get done placing down the furnaces, I will have stuff on either side of the furnaces, so we won't be able to see those faces. So these ones are going to be input on the right, output to the left, and I will need to use my red print to copy that. Oh, okay, when you hold shift and right click, it clears it, and then when you right click on a thermal machine, it will copy it apparently. That's what seems like is happening. So let's put these down, and is that 8? I think that's 8. So cool. So what I'm going to do now is, in front of them, I'm going to place down a Supreme Black Hole unit in front of each one. So let's do that real quick. And these Supreme Black Hole units can hold 2 billion of a single item. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to hook up some export buses. So let's get doing that. So the export buses will come from above, and they will be like so. So let's go ahead and start. Actually, you know what? I'll just do them in 2 separate. I was going to do the draconium ore together because they actually process in the same way. But I can't really do that if I'm going to use this method right here. But that's not really a problem. I have plenty of space to add more stuff. So I'm actually going to duplicate the setup back here as well. So 8 more back here. And while we're at it, I might as well go ahead and do this side as well, because it's going to be pretty much the same configuration with enrichment chambers in place of the redstone furnaces. So let's go ahead and place down these. Sorry about that. Need to grab that, and then some more back here as well. Although I might need conduits. Yeah, I probably will need conduit between the Supreme Black Hole units and the whoops, I didn't mean to do that, and the enrichment chambers, because I don't think the enrichment chambers can pull automatically out of these Supreme Black Hole units, but we'll see when I get there. So what I want to do now is let's go ahead and set these bad boys up. So let's do some of the common stuff first. And actually I should go ahead and set down the rest of my furnaces while I have this red print handy. So I do want to do 4 this way and then 4 the other way. And let's go ahead and grab that red print and just get rid of the configuration and then steal this configuration back and place down the remaining furnaces. One thing I should have done beforehand is probably carved out underneath here so that I can put my energy conduit. And it would have been easier to do that first, but that's okay. Yeah. Okay, so I do have a new jetpack that I made between episodes, and I have the enchantment reach 7 on it, so I can reach a whole lot further with my actions than I normally would be able to. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, you can see how far I was able to reach there, so that is actually super nice. And I did not mean to pick up that furnace. That was a mistake there. So let's put that back down. Is it configured correctly? It is. So let's actually get rid of that for right now, and let's see if I can... I'm going to need to go down 1, I think, just so I can see everything. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and I could probably even continue digging further, which gives... this enchantment gives insane range on how far you can actually do things. So, like, I can actually put that block all the way over there, which is kind of crazy to me. Because I've never really used this enchantment. But anyways, let's go ahead and start setting up the export buses. So let's do some of the common things first. So let's do copper here. And actually I should get rid of some of this junk out of my inventory right now. So let's actually, yeah, let's just put junk over here for right now. I will eventually throw it into my ME system, but that's, I don't want to do that just yet because my ME system is actually very full. So copper, let's do nether gold next. Let's do 10. And you know what? It doesn't super matter. So let's just, okay, that's platinum. Let's do zinc. And I have more of these set up than I will actually be using. So let's do uranium. That's another very important one. Aluminum. Silver. Oh, and I need to put up the export buses here as well. And I might as well do the export buses on these 2 lines as well, because I'm going to be setting them up the same. Okay, Infernium, Osmium, and actually I don't have as many spares as I actually thought I would, but I will have a few spares. Yeah, I'll have 2 spares over here. That's plenty fine. Let's go ahead and grab these materials. So the enrichment chambers are actually going to be super efficient at certain things. So if we take a look at the redstone recipe here with the enrichment chamber, I think it gives you like 12, which is actually kind of insane. Yeah, it's 12. And then let's check out, like, say the diamonds and emeralds, because I believe that is less. Yeah, it's only 2 for that. And in fact, there might be better ways to do the diamond ores in the future and the emeralds, but I believe it is times 2 for both of those. But the redstone is going to be super, super efficient. diamonds next. And then nether quartz. Lapis. Oh, whoops. And then let's do coal and then the certuses. And then we can do fluorite last. And we have plenty of extra of these to go around. Okay, so there's all that. Let's go ahead and pick this up. And we can get all of these enrichment chambers. And let's go ahead and put these down. So let's do 4 this way and then 4 the other way. The same way as the other side. And it would have been smarter had I laid down my cabling, but that's okay. Okay, there's 4. And then we got 4 more. Cool. So that is all done. I do need to give these energy, so let's grab some energy conduit. I should have some over here. And let's get to laying this down. So because I have reach here, I should be able to reach all the way back and get all of the machines. Yeah, that's pretty fantastic to have this enchantment, to be honest. And it's not something I ever thought about until I accidentally got it. And then I was like, whoa, this is really useful. Cool. So let's go ahead and tie all of this together. So I have this dug out to my main tunnel. And yeah, it'll be out here. So I think the easiest way to do this is going to be through right here. So let's dig that out. Let's connect these up like so, and then okay, so let's connect this up. Okay, so I have that down there. Cool. And then that should all be connected up. Now I just need to connect this up to the energy system outside. So let's do that real fast. So now I need to connect up the conduit outside. So let's go ahead and do that. And I just need to dig a tunnel down here. I do have it right here. So let's go ahead and start digging. I will need to replace all these torches, but it's not really that big of a deal. I know exactly what pattern they're in because I made the pattern myself. And it might be easier to do it this way. Okay, so I went too far, I think, but that's okay. And I do need to light this up before I start getting monsters down here. Okay, so it looks like everything's connected. Let's go ahead and put some stone back and get these torches back in place so that I don't have monsters in my hallway down here. Okay, so basically I have two empty spaces between each torch. Find that gives good lighting for the hallway, so that's cool. And Ethan is apparently running around like a crazy maniac. So let's go ahead and cover all of this up because I think I am done down there. At least I know I should be done over here as well, or on the redstone furnace side. However, I will probably need to get underneath these enrichment chambers. Let's go ahead and test this out because I don't think they can auto pull. So let's tell this to be input from the right side and output to the left side. Everything else can be blanked out. I do want auto eject on. So it does look like I will need to do some conduit under here. Actually, that won't work. I'm going to have to do this a little bit differently here. I think I'm going to actually have to move these machines. I'm just going to have to move them to the left one. So I might as well go ahead and do that right now. And that's just because I need some conduit between the Supreme Black Hole units and the enrichment chambers, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and dig this out. And we'll do the same thing over here. Oh my goodness, that's going to take forever. Okay, so I did not set up my enrichment chambers the way I wanted to over there, but that's okay. I can just pick up 4 of them and then reset them. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to move my Elite Universal Cable off camera because it's going to take just a little bit, and once I have that done, I'm just basically just moving it over 1 block space. Once I have that done, I will be right back. So I now have all of my enrichment chambers moved, and the next thing I need to do is I need to set up the logistical transporters to get the items from the Supreme Black Hole units into the enrichment chambers. So let's set that up real fast, and what I need to do here is I need to take my configurator, and the first thing I want to do is I actually want to separate these. So I'm holding shift and I'm right clicking I think about 3 times here for each one of these so that I can disconnect them. I just want the items to come straight across to the enrichment chamber right across from them. So I need to do that for that line as well as this line over here once I have these set down. I also, between cuts there, I also configured the enrichment chambers so that they are correct with their sightedness here. And just to save a little bit of time there. Okay, so now I need to tell these to extract items, and I'm just shift right clicking here on this end of the basic logistical transporters with my configurator. Okay, there we go, and we see that this one is working, so that's cool. So let's go ahead and do that for all of these guys. And the thermal expansion machines do not need this to happen. As you can see, everything has already happened. Okay, so we're getting actually pretty near to the end of this. So now I want to put Supreme Black Hole units on the other side of these machines here. So basically they are going to be able to accept the items from the redstone furnaces here, and then also from the enrichment chamber. So let's go ahead and place down these Supreme Black Hole units like so. And as you can see, the mechanism machines are able to push things out into the machines or inventories next to them. They just can't pull things from inventories next to them without help. So as we can see, everything is going swimmingly right now. So the next thing I need to do is I actually need to slap some storage buses on these, on the Supreme Black Hole units over here. And that is just so that my ME system will actually have access to all of these items. So let's go ahead and do that. And yeah, there are 32 of these, so I actually have exactly enough of these storage buses here. I had exactly enough of the Supreme Black Hole units as well. Okay, so before I go any further, one thing I do want to do is I want to partition the storage to only be able to hold what is already in here. So we're going to hit this button, and I don't know why, but typically have to hit it twice before it takes effect. Okay, so now I want to do this for each one of these. I do want to make sure that they do take. And for the ones that don't have items, I am going to need to adjust something else. I'm going to need to adjust the priority so that the ME system doesn't try to put random items into these black hole units once they are connected to the ME system. So like these two, for example, I'm just going to set to a -1000 priority because right now I'm not using them and I don't want anything to go into them from the ME system. So that's how I'm going to accomplish that. So let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. For the rest of them, I'm not going to adjust their priority just yet. In fact, I should. I really should adjust it to be positive in some regard. Yeah, I actually really should. That way, if I, say, get a diamond from somewhere else and I throw them into my ME system, they will actually come into this Supreme Black Hole unit rather than going into one of the storage cells. which would just be inefficient. Okay, so I got these guys over here that aren't doing anything, so I do want to set those to a negative priority right now. In the future, I might use these, and I might not, who knows. But they're here if I want to use them. Now, this system that I'm setting up isn't going to be super fast at actually making things. However, because they will be running all the time with my void miners, I'm never going to run out of, say, copper or gold or tin or platinum or any of this. So it's not like I actually need to process all my ores, and so that's kind of why I'm setting up the system like this, because I just don't need it to be faster. So actually, did I set this? Did I rotate this at some point? I did. Hopefully I didn't rotate any of these ones on the internal, because yeah, I would never have a way of knowing unless they just weren't producing anything. And then that would be a sign that I had one of their configurations wrong. So now, you know what? I do need to do the priorities here. So I'm going to set up these to be positive 100 priority. They are only able to accept what is right here, but I want them to accept all of whatever item they are. So for example, all of my platinum ingots in my ME system, I want to come to this Supreme Black Hole unit rather than any of the other storage cells. So yeah, I definitely should do this. Because that'll save some space in terms of my storage cells, which are pretty much full at this point. And that's even with no void miners going at this base at this time. I've just been taking things from my other bases to here, and that's pretty much filled everything up. Okay, so now I need 8 more, and then we'll be done. It doesn't matter. Just as long as it's a strong positive priority, it's fine. I know that one was 200, but yeah, it shouldn't make any difference whatsoever. Okay, so now I need to connect all this stuff to my ME system, and I'm going to do that through right here. So let me grab the ME stuff that I need, and that would be covered cables and facades, essentially just. So let's actually do this. That way I have access to everything right here, right now. So the first one is going to be blue. It's going to come through right here. I do want to facade this up just to make it look nice. So I'll do that. And let's throw down this facade, and then we can connect it up. And then same way down here, let's go ahead and do this one as well. We're just going to throw a facade on here and then connect it up like that. And that's just to make things look just a little bit nicer. Okay, so how we're going to do this is not that. I'm going to run this dense cable here, and then shooting off of that, I'm just going to have the rest of the conduit come down like that, and then just come across. Okay, so that should be connected, and let's go ahead and start hooking these guys up. And one last thing I will want to do, and I probably should tell this to start making them, is I want to put some acceleration cards into these, into the export buses just to speed them up. I'm not sure how many I will need. Apparently I can only make about 128 of them, which should be enough, to be honest. Oh, I only have 71. I thought I had 100. My bad. So I could make more, or I can just do that later. I might just do that later. Okay, so let's hook these guys up. And then these are the export buses that are kind of most essential. Okay, so all of this should hook up to the ME system pretty quickly. It says device missing channel. Oh, it's just taking its sweet time. And then let's do the blue ones over here. This is going to be the same process, same pattern here. And because I have reach, which I don't really think about, I can actually stand here and do like almost all of this. In fact, if I stand here, I can do the rest of it. I'm sure I can reach everything from here. So that's cool. Okay, so everything should be hooking up to the ME system, or on its way to. So I know I don't have any additional copper in my ME system, but it does look like everything is going, and that's fantastic. Let's see here. Basically, this system is going to be great for processing these things that I don't basically need infinite amounts of, like tin, copper, and so on and so forth. So that is pretty cool. I think this is a decent wrapping up point. There are a few things that I would like to do in the future with this system, such as putting some acceleration cards here just to speed up these buses a little bit. But to be honest, it's not necessary this time, so I'm just not going to do it. So basically what's going to happen is that the Supreme Black Hole units will hold all of the ores until they're processed, if they ever get processed, and then these Supreme Black Hole units will hold the finalized products of that processing, rather than them being held in cells in my ME system, which are pretty much full at this point. So if I run over here and show you that real fast, yeah, my ME system is rather full. So this should clear out some space in my ME system. So if we just take a look at the things I have lots of in my ME system, some of them are ores, like tin ore, fluorite ore. This new system will clear out all of that stuff into those Supreme Black Hole units. So that's pretty cool. So in today's episode, I set up this ore processing area, and it's going to process a lot of my ores, not all of them, but many of them, into their finalized products, and it will also be able to store them. So this is a pretty fantastic facility, I must say so myself. So I'm really happy about this. If you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below. If there's anything I could have done better or differently, just let me know down in the comments as I try to read all the comments. And anyways, if you enjoy watching large scale automation in modded Minecraft, such as something like this, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.